Testing. Let's hope that we got it right. Let's hope that we got it right, man. Oh, man. Is it working? Is it working? I think it's working. I hope it's working. Yes. All right, we're live, right? Is that working? Is it working? Nice. All right, we're live. Hello, everybody. Should I put my webcam on? I don't know. I don't look my best today. I don't know if I should put the webcam on. I look a lot better in that picture than I do in this one. How is everybody doing? Thank you to everyone who tuned in to the webinar. I really appreciate you guys making the time, making the effort. Love to hear about what you guys learned. But before we do that, if anyone had any questions about the presentation, any of the pillars, we can go through those. So I'm going to switch to this slide. Okay. I'm going to switch to... There we go. I'm going to switch to this slide. So there we have the 5 pillars of... Can I change this while we're in a presentation? Because that ain't right. It's not the 5 pillars of stamina. It's the 5 pillars of peak performance poker. Anybody know that? Come on, man. 5 pillars. I mean, it's all kind of peak performance poker. There we go. I should put like some like da. Oh, it's back on me. What up? It's me. No, we going back. Okay, so we have the 5 pillars of peak performance poker: proper mindset, breathing, diet, movement, rest. If you guys have any questions, now would be the time to post them in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer all of them. Hello, Jonathan. Hello, Mackay. Hello, Be the Cement. Hello, Megalyssus. I see now you said it's up in the place. What's up, my man Shramo? How you doing, brother? And Michael Evan MC. If anyone else is here who hasn't said hi in the chat, feel free to introduce yourself in the chat. Just say a what up or a hi or a hello, or put a number or your favorite emoticon, maybe a Kappa face. I'm going to put, I like the get stacking emote. I'm going to put that. So we could say hi. Hello. Janek, Alinius. Okay. Good question. So yeah, introduce yourself and then throw the questions, and I'll save them in a notepad, and we'll answer them one by one by one. Let's all have some fun. Hello, Surf Doc. Hello, Cleoco. And just as a mention for the subscribers who are maintaining their status, and they're like, Grips, when you gonna come back to the streaming, man? I'm not sure. I'm gonna come back to streaming because I have some really big projects that I'm working on that's kind of keeping me from being on stream. Streaming takes a lot of energy, but for everyone who has a multiple month status, be it 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, that status is going to be carried over to our new member platform when it is released. So, if you got the 24-month thing, you're going to have instant high level of status carried over. So your time spent subscribed, your money spent investing in your long-term membership will not be wasted. It's going to be carried over to the next platform. Later, Jonathan. Later, Jonathan. Thanks again for arranging this. It's been very fun. Okay. So the first question we have is, you are so welcome for the awesome webinar. So welcome for the awesome webinar. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. Okay. Looks like we're mostly going to have diet questions. I like it. So the first question is, what type of diet is best for poker? And as I mentioned earlier in the presentation, the best type of diet for poker is the one that makes you feel the best, the one that gives you the most energy, long-lasting energy. So you want to look at what your parents ate, which will be related to your primal pattern type. Certain types of people need a good amount of meat. Certain types of people function best on just vegetables. Certain types of people function best on a mix. Generally, those who live closer to the equator can function better off fruits and vegetables. Those who live closer to the poles will do better with more meat. And there's somewhere in between for the people who live in between. It really comes down to feeling what makes you feel the best. And doing what you can to have the right eating habits so you can actually absorb the food and have the time to sit and say, okay, how do I feel? I just had that piece of chicken. How do I feel? I just had that bag of potato chips. How do I feel? I just had that green salad. How do I feel? I just had that berry smoothie. How do I feel? And going through the process of fine-tuning and learning what foods work best for your body, because everyone is unique. And the best diet for someone, the best medicine for someone might be complete poison for someone else. So it's about, learning what is best for you through experimentation. Now, some places to start. Healthy grains are always going to be good. Rice, oats, quinoa. You're usually going to be in good hands if you're eating fresh vegetables, especially the leafy green vegetables. Seeds and nuts are good, like chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, macadamia nuts, cashews, although they're not really a nut. Almonds are good. But for easing digestion, there are some practices around nuts and seeds where you want to soak them to start the digestive process and break them down early so your body can absorb them easier. Because it's whether or not you can absorb the food, right? Certain foods are hard to digest, but there are ways to prepare them that helps for the digestive process. For some people, fish is great. For some people, fish is not. For some people, meat is great. For some people, meat is not. For some people, dairy is great. For some people, dairy is not. So you really need to experiment with that and see how you feel. And then the main things to avoid are the foods that make you feel very hyper and the foods that make you feel very tired and lazy. Because when we're playing poker, we want to have a stable state of mind. And if our body's getting amped up from the foods we're eating, our mind is going to get amped up. If our body is going to get weighed down by the food we're eating, then our mind is going to get weighed down. So how your body feels is how your mind is going to perform. And so, you want to eat those clean foods that make you feel good. Grains, vegetables, protein foods. For some people, dairy products, fruits, herbs, natural sweeteners. We want to avoid food that overstimulates the body and mind, that is agitating. And we want to avoid foods that make us feel dull, inert, lazy, and depressed. We practice with diet when we're not playing, when the stakes are low, such that when we do play, we know what to eat. So for me, for example, I typically have chia seed pudding for breakfast, or quinoa with avocado. I keep it simple. I don't do too many sauces, because the sauces have a lot of sugars and salts in them. And then I usually do smoothies on the breaks, or teas on the breaks, with high quality ingredients and high quality powders. And then for in between, I either have herbs, Chinese herbs that have a specific effect in the body. For example, before this presentation, I took a formula called Willpower that gives me more energy to push through, because 2 hours of straight talking is quite taxing. Or I'll drink herbal teas. We all know that green tea helps us feel more focused. Chamomile tea helps us feel a little bit more relaxed. And teas can be used as information that changes your state, but isn't very hard on the digestive system, the same way eating heavy meals are. So that's where snacks are very helpful. And two other things to mention is that if we eat good food, but we eat it in the wrong way, if we eat it when we're in a rushed state or a stressed state, it becomes overstimulating food and agitates us. Likewise, if we eat the right food, but we eat in excess quantity, it becomes food that makes us dull, inert, lazy, and depressed. So, being calm when we eat and not eating too much when we eat are more important than what we eat. Also, what we are thinking about when we eat is so important, which is why you don't want to watch the news or be scrolling through your social media or being in the company of stressed individuals when you're eating, because, as one of my mentors said, one negative thought is much more harmful than any item of food we can put on our plate. This is why a lot of people, will do prayer or say grace before they eat, because they want to get into the right state before they ingest this food. And there's a lot of stuff out there on diet. It can be overwhelming. But if you focus on the state you're in as the main priority, and whatever you eat, you'll get the most out of it. So, try your best to learn what you can, apply your wisdom, but then relax about it. If you're stressed, like, I shouldn't eat this, I shouldn't eat that, you're right, you shouldn't. Whereas if you're like, I've read in the magazines that too much chocolate is bad for me, but I really feel like this piece of chocolate right now, and I'm going to love this chocolate that I'm having, go ahead, eat the chocolate, but feel good about it. And then tell your body, I'm having this chocolate so I can have a little energy burst and I can have the feeling of pleasure for a moment. So please do that with the food when it comes in, and it will transform it into that. Instead of being like, I shouldn't have this, this is bad, and your body's like, something bad came into us, we must do what we can to get rid of it. Not try to absorb any of the nutrients, not trying to get it into our cells, just get rid of it. And that's where the state of mind around eating is so important. And more important than what we're eating. What we're eating is important, but how we're eating is more important. And when we eat is helpful too, which leads into Jinxed's question. When playing online, how to get proper food intake with the 5-minute breaks. And it's really hard, actually. And, you know, when people would watch my stream, they're like, oh man, you look like you're like rotting on the inside. You look like you're really getting taxed. It's because I wasn't giving myself proper time to digest the food. So with the 5-minute breaks, my recommendation is don't play MTTs every day. It will wear you out. It is not sustainable to play MTTs every day. Unless you're playing turbos, which are shorter. If you're playing 4-hour sessions, you can get away with it. If you're playing 8 to 12-hour sessions, don't play more than 3 days a week. Spend the other days of the week studying or playing cash or playing sit and goes or taking time off and enjoying your winnings, the fruits of your labor. But don't play every day. Now, proper food intake with the 5-minute breaks. I mentioned this in the presentation. Have a really good meal before you play, at least an hour before you play, so you have time to digest it, and that will give you the energy to get through the day. If you need supplementary energy while you're playing, smoothies are great. Prepare your smoothies before, have them ready to go, and use teas. Small snacks, 1 piece of fruit, 1 banana, 1 apple, handful of nuts. Tiny meals that are easy to digest while you play. If anyone else has suggestions for what they eat while they're playing their long sessions, post them in the chat right now. I see Ryder Rock mentioned banana. It's a great thing. You don't have to eat a huge meal to eat. You can just have a snack. If you've had a huge meal before you play, but the right size and with enough time to digest it, snacks will be enough to get you through the day. Yeah. And then what I would do when I was playing intense Sunday sessions is I'd have a big meal before the day, and then I wouldn't eat while I was playing, or I'd have a smoothie, and then I'd eat a big meal after the day. I'd wait till the session was done, then I'd take 30 minutes to decompress, maybe go for a walk, maybe, sit in the park for a bit, do some breathing, chill out. And then when I'd felt my system had calmed down from the battle, from the fight that I'd been in, then I would eat. And when I was eating right after the session, I didn't get the benefit. And that's why even though I was eating enough food, my health was deteriorating because I wasn't eating it in the right way. So taking the time to be like, okay, I'm going to chill and then eat is important. And because tournaments are kind of taxing on the natural rhythms of the body, that's why I don't recommend playing more days than you need to, and that's why I just did 1 day a week in the end, because I wanted to have a good routine 6 days a week, and then I could move away from it 1 day a week and still recover okay. The more days you have off, the easier it is to recover when you do need to. World Record 1 says, Evan, great webinar. Thank you so much. You're most welcome. World Record 1, thank you for tuning in. TR Callahan wants to learn more about the breathing techniques. Okay. I'll demonstrate one of them. I'll demonstrate the most helpful one for me. I'm not going to go through all of them because some of them require foundational understanding and information around them, and if you try the breathing techniques without understanding how to do them properly or how they work, it can be dangerous. It can have effects on the body that are just undesirable, overwhelming, but I'll show you guys the technique that is safe to do, that anyone can do. I'll talk a little bit about the benefits. So I gotta switch to full screen. I don't know how my lighting is going to be, so apologies if I look pale or bright or whatever. I didn't plan to be on camera today, so whatever. But yeah, like it's so bright. Oh man, let me. I know I can make myself look a little less pale. I swear I'm not this white. It's the lighting. Where is it? I gotta find the camera settings here. What? Oh, right. I got here. I'm like glowing. You get a little shave too. I'm all scrubby. I just got back from the ashram. Yeah, don't need to look your best there. All right, let's get a little white balance there. There we go. A little redness. My apartment's dirty too. I Airbnb'd it while I was gone, and it wasn't left cleanest state. But you know, whatever. Here's me in my less than perfect form. My grips gets messy too. Okay. So the breathing technique that I'm going to demonstrate, and I welcome you guys to do it with me, is called alternate nostril breathing, also known as Nadi Shodhana. The benefits of this is that it balances both hemispheres of the brain. So the left side is the logical, rational, thinking, processing section of the brain. The right side is the more intellectual, feeling, feminine energy, masculine energy side of the brain. The creative, the artistic, the musical, it's over here. And most of us probably caught up in here, you know, doing thinking games, logic games. That's fine. But there's intuition here. There's value here on this side of the brain. And this technique balances out the hemispheres of the brain so we can act from, I believe it's the neocortex, which is the most advanced part of the brain. It puts it in its control of being kind of the judge that listens to what both of these sides of the brain has to say and then chooses the best course of action based on that. Instead of this guy calling all the shots, who's very much a dominator type of brain, or this one calling all the shots, which is much more of the submissive, servant, slave type of brain. We want to be in the middle. In control, but not overly controlling. We want to be receptive, but not a pushover. So that's one of the benefits of this breath. Balances the hemispheres of the brain. We also do a slight retention with the breath so that our body can actually take in the oxygen, or as the yogis call it, prana, that we're taking in from the air. The longer we hold it, the more time it has to move around the system, nourish our organs, and give us that vital life force that we so much need. And so there's an inhale, then a hold, then an exhale, and then you can add a hold there too. I have recently been experimenting with adding a hold at the out breath. It helps to alleviate anxiety, alleviate worry, because if you can be comfortable sitting with no oxygen in your system, you're not like, oh, I need the next breath. You're just like, okay, I'm calm, even in the situation. So it helps to deal with pressure and stuff, I find, holding the exhale. Yeah, we go from side to side. So it's a 4-part breath, and there's counting involved. Now, we're going to go really light on the counting because it's tough. We're going to do an inhale for 2. No, we'll do an inhale for 1, retention for 4, an exhale for 2, and then retention on the exhale for 1. And then we're going to go the other side, and we're going to do 4 rounds of each. And then after we do that, since the brain's going to be in a really good state, we're going to do the guided meditation that we spoke about earlier. And this is really good for people who want to get into meditation. If you can prepare the body with breathing techniques called pranayama, or movement techniques called asanas, then you can more easily relax. You're like, oh man, I'm hyper-focused, now I got to meditate like Zen. Like, that doesn't work. You're like, hyper-focused, now I'm moving my body to slow down, now I'm doing some breathing to calm my system, now I'm feeling chill, okay, now I'm going to meditate. It's a process to get there. That's, most people are like, I can't meditate. Well, because you just came off the streetcar and you're dealing with 100 people. Like, of course. So, 2 hand positions. Left hand, bring your thumb to your pointer finger. This is the lung meridian. This is the lung channel. Also has to do a little bit with it has to do with the speaking. And the thumb brings energy and awareness and attention and fires it up. So it's going to strengthen your lung channel, your ability to breathe, heart chakra. So you get deeper breaths with this. And for the other one, we're going to do this mudra where we bring these 2 fingers to the palm And these two fingers stay out. This is called Vishnu Mudra. I'm not sure the exact reason for it. I know a little bit about mudras. I don't know everything about mudras. It's something I'm studying. But from what I understand, the palm represents the mind. So the mind, the senses are going to be feeling lower body, digestion area. And this is the heart and this is the lungs. So heart and the lungs are up in the air and then we're kind of balancing. I should look more into Vishnu Mudra. But anyway, put your right hand like this, left hand like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to plug one, breathe out, then breathe in, hold both, retain the breath, breathe out, retain the exhale, breathe in, hold, boom, boom. And we're going to do 4 rounds. So I'm just going to say it. You guys do it, I'll say it because I can't talk and breathe at the same time. So plugging the right nostril, exhaling fully. Inhale through the left. 1. Plug both nostrils, holding for 1, 2, 3, 4. Opening the right nostril, exhaling for 1, 2. Holding 1, 2. Now inhale 1. Retain 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling the left. 1, 2. Retaining the exhale. 1, 2. And continue. Inhaling through the left. Om 1. Retain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling the right. 1, 2. Retain the exhale. 1, 2. Inhaling through the right. 1. Retain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling the left. 1, 2. Retain the exhale. 1, 2. Inhaling the left. Om 1. Retain. Om 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling through the right. 1, 2. Holding on the exhale. 1, 2. Inhaling through the right nostril. 1. Retain the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling through the left nostril. 1, 2. Holding out the exhalation. 1, 2. Now for the final round. Inhaling through the left. Om 1. Retain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling the right nostril. 1, 2. Retain the exhalation. 1, 2. And inhaling through the right nostril. Om 1. Retaining the breath. Om 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhaling through the left nostril. 1, 2. And relax. Now taking 2 or 3 full, deep, relaxed breaths through the nose. You should feel no tension. Your shoulders relaxed, your chest relaxed, breathing deeply. You don't want to breathe you don't need to fill up all the way. Deep breathing is not full filling because that actually puts tension up here. It's calm breathing, maybe about 3/4 of the way. And exhale. And exhale. You should be feeling a little more grounded, a little more centered, a little more clear in your thinking after that. And that was a very introductory Anuloma Viloma, alternate nostril breathing. At the ashram, we were holding it for about 4 times as long. 4 seconds inhale, 16-second retention, 8-second exhale. But I know that that's quite tiring and it causes tension for a lot of people, so that's why we started with a quarter of the length. You can experiment with building it up, but if you're not used to holding your breath, you can risk passing out. So that's why we start small and build up. We don't want to rush to the things that we cause tension. It's just comfortable with the inhale, comfortable with the retention, comfortable with the exhale, comfortable with the holding out on the exhale and building. I do this every morning and do this most evenings as well, but I build up to it. So now that you're a bit more relaxed, we're going to do a guided meditation. Again, just a short, simple one, maybe 5-10 minutes. And this will work better if you can lay on the floor comfortably, arms at your side, knees straight. You can also bend your knees if you want. But if you can't rest on the floor, sitting on your chair is fine. Just try to have a straight spine. Make sure your back is supported. Important thing is you want to feel supported, whether it's supported by your chair or supported by the ground beneath you. And you want to feel relaxed. You don't feel your tensing. Don't try too hard to sit up straight. Don't try too hard to relax and sink into the floor. Just whatever is comfortable. Whatever position you can get into now is good enough for where you're at right now. Okay, there's no wrong way to do this except trying too hard. Don't try. Just get comfortable and relax. Okay. So we're going to do a guided meditation that's going to help with programming your intention and making it more firmly rooted in your mind so that you can manifest it more easily over the days, weeks, months, and years to come. So for the next 5 to 10 minutes, please close your eyes, breathe comfortably, and allow my voice to guide your awareness. Repeat in your mind what you hear me say. And let my voice replace the voice inside of your head. Just for 5 minutes. The next 5 minutes, let your mind take a break. Let your inner dialogue take a break. And just let my voice guide your awareness. I'm going to bring the awareness through the body now. Bringing relaxation to various parts of the body, releasing the tension. Let's begin. Squeeze and tense your toes and feet. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Contract, contract, contract. And relax. Squeeze your leg muscles all the way up to your glutes. Squeeze tight, 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 tight. Hold. And release. Whew. Squeezing the hands into fists. Tight, 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 tight. And release. Squeezing the shoulders and arms. Tight, tight, tight. And release. Squeezing your core, flexing your abdomen. Your abdominals and squeezing your lower back. Tight, 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 tight. And release. Squeezing your chest and your neck muscles. Press your head into the floor, into the back of the chair. Just push it back. Tight, tight, tight. Make a lemon face. And relax. And finally, open your eyes fully, open your mouth wide, stick your tongue out, make a lion face. Just stretch as much as you can. And relax. One more time. Tense the entire body fully. And relax. Now follow my voice. Repeat after me silently in your mind. I relax my toes and feet. My feet and toes are relaxed. I relax my ankles. My ankles are relaxed. I relax my knees. My knees are relaxed. I relax my hips. My hips are relaxed. I relax my belly. My belly is relaxed. I relax all the muscles of my lower body. My lower body is completely relaxed. I relax my fingers and hands. My fingers and hands are relaxed. I relax my wrists. My wrists are relaxed. I relax my elbows. My elbows are relaxed. I relax my shoulders. My shoulders are relaxed. I relax my chest. My chest is relaxed. I relax all the muscles of my upper body. My upper body is completely relaxed. I relax the muscles in my neck. My neck is relaxed. I relax and soften my face. My face is relaxed. I relax and release my jaw. My jaw is relaxed. I relax my cheeks. My cheeks are relaxed. I relax my eyes and my eye sockets deep, deep, deep. My eyes are completely relaxed. I relax and release any tension in my forehead. My forehead is relaxed. I relax the top of my head. The top of my head is relaxed. I relax every muscle, joint, and bone in my body. My body is completely relaxed. Continue to feel the breath and life force energy nourishing every cell in your body, knowing that in this state of relaxation, the life force can reach the cells it couldn't before. Feel the healing energy flowing through you, energizing your cells and empowering you fully to achieve that of which you dream. Now, in this relaxed state of full empowerment, I want you to set an intention. Think about one thing you'd really like to manifest in your life. Don't worry about how you'll manifest it, or when it will come into your possession or experience. Just focus on what you'd like to have, or what you'd like to feel, or who you'd like to be with. Think about one thing, just one thing, you'd really like to manifest in your life. Repeat this intention silently in your mind to yourself 3 times. Try to feel the effect of this intention in every cell of your body. The more cells that can feel the intention, the vibration of the power behind the intention, the faster your intention will manifest in the physical world. Now take 3 more deep breaths. Inhaling, bringing power to your intention. Exhaling to release any tension, fear, or doubt around your intention. Inhaling, bringing energy to your intention. Exhaling to release any tension, worry, or control around your intention. And one more deep breath, inhaling, bringing power, faith, and belief in your intention. And exhaling any doubt, worry, or fear about your intention. Letting them go, letting them all go. Leaving yourself with power, faith, and full confidence in your abilities to manifest that which you desire, and knowing at a deep level that you are deserving of that which you wish to receive. And now let your intention go, and know that the universe is now taking care of helping it to manifest. I'll slowly bring you back to the physical world now. Start by wiggling your toes and fingers. Rotate your wrists and ankles. Do any stretching you feel called to do. Open your eyes, get any shakes out, moving slowly, calmly. If you're lying down, roll to your right side and push yourself up to a seating position. If you're already sitting, just remain as you are. And now take your palms, rub them together, and stop and just hold them together. Take a deep breath. One more deep breath while rubbing the hands together. And now place your palms over your eyes, allowing your mind to absorb the energy and the heat created by you. And remove your palms. And blink your eyes back open to the real world. So, how's everybody feeling? Feel free to share your experience in the chat. Anything that was new, anything you felt benefit, anything that was weird, what you liked, what you didn't like. Get a little share on and can learn from each other. Hey there, Elliot. He says, do you know what I feel the biggest difference between hypnosis and meditation is? The spelling. At this point, I think I'm going to agree with you pretty much 100%. I'll go 99.99 just so I leave a little bit of room, but I agree. I'd love to hear your feedback on how I did, since I've really enjoyed your sessions as well. Very helpful. You can do a lot of deep healing work with this stuff. You can really direct your mind. So many different benefits you can get from practices like this. And yeah. Evan, where have you been? I have been in the Bahamas on Paradise Island at the Shivananda Ashram. I'm supposed to be there for 19 days and decided that I wanted to stay for the maximum, so I ended up going to 28. Came back for this presentation. If I didn't have this presentation, I would have stayed, but had to come share the secrets with those who I care about. Lua asks, is this good for relaxing before bed? I drive for 12 hours a day and find it tough to unwind. Yes, this is excellent for relaxing before bed. It may put you to sleep. You won't get the same benefits that you would get from a meditation or a hypnotherapy session where you maintain your awareness in the relaxed state. But if your goal is to just unwind and get to sleep, this is a beautiful practice. Guided meditation or yoga nidra is very helpful for that L3 UA. Got some other good questions coming in. I'm really excited to answer these. I'm just getting caught up in the chat and saving the questions, and then we'll get to talk about the share from the experience. Jacku Zach, 15 months resubscription. Thank you so much for the continued support, brother. I appreciate that. Hey, Bog. What's up, brother? All right. Refreshed and renewed. Great. Feeling great. Thank you so much. I feel great. Feeling good, dude. I feel smashing. I feel very good. I feel like a newborn baby. Thanks, Gripst. I took a lot from that. Relaxing. This is the real world. That was awesome. I think I just got rid of my sore throat. Love your lifestyle videos almost as much as your earlier MTT guides. Okay. Oh, Dan Cox is the poker mindset coach. Well, I would like to hear from you too on the feedback. Okay. Megalith says there was a lot of tension I couldn't let go. I need to stretch more and do this more. Yep, the more you do it, the more you'll get the benefit. And SS Force, I wish you were in Melbourne when you did the meditation in the tree. I will probably come back to Melbourne and do more meditations and such, bringing this stuff through. Okay. Griller Kitten says, will there be a replay of this? I just missed everything. Yes. Yes, there will be a replay of this. It'll be available. Part of the Selling at No Limit program. Okay. So, we got some other questions. Adam first says, I mentioned some gamma wave recordings and some recordings I produce. Yes. Those are the Peak Performance poker tracks, which can be found at the Gripst store. I think currently you find them at I think if you put in peak.poker, maybe it's peaking.poker. I forget if I still have that domain. Yeah. If you type peaking, Peaking .poker into your browser and go there, that will take you to the Peak Performance Poker Tracks page that has all 10 tracks, including the pregame warm-up, post-session cooldown, and the quick fixes, which includes the gamma tracks that Adam Furr was asking about. Game Breaker is the one that you would want. Okay. Okay. Next question. So, we have a question. I'm always red in the face, like Evan. Show you guys. Me. This redness. He says, what is the reason? There's multiple possibilities. Generally, it has to do with too much fire being in the system. This fire heat can come from too much sun, can come from angry thoughts, amplified emotions. It can come from being too busy, too much running around, too much yang energy. But the main place it usually comes from is poor digestion. Poor digestion. When we are having trouble absorbing and digesting the food, it needs to get excreted elsewhere, and the skin is a detox organ. So if it can't be excreted through, the normal digestive tract. It needs to go somewhere else, and it comes out through the skin. Another thing that this can be representative of is the lungs. The lungs are related to the skin. They call the skin the third lung. So if you have dry skin, if you're breathing in a lot of dry air or, very dirty air, dusty air, that can lead to breakouts like this on the skin. Those are my particular things that have led to this. My skin was much better when I was in the Bahamas. Now back home, my skin's not as good. I know it has to do with the quality of air in my apartment. So that's something I need to fix. It's also I was in an airport, I was traveling, I was rushing. So all these things amped up the fire. So I need to cool down. Sleeping helps. Cold water helps, be it laying in cold water or just sprinkling cold water on your face. Cooling foods help with that. Vegetables help with that. Not cold though, you want cool. Anything that calms you down. The moon energy, the moonlight is very good for cooling. It's very yin. So those are a few solutions that can help with the redness in the face, the rosacea. Usually it mainly has to do with healing the digestive tract, which can involve probiotics, prebiotics, eating the right foods, cutting out the foods that aggravate you, drinking a lot of water, getting enough movement, and just turning the digestive fire back on so you can actually break down your foods. That's the main things I've learned, and that stress activates it, amplifies it. So if you can get away from stressful things, it'll come down faster, and if you stay around stressful things, it'll stay there and get worse. So yeah, those are reasons for me. It's not guaranteed. Also, rosehip oil is helpful for it, and lotus flower oil is helpful for it, topical application. But that's just part of it. You really want to heal what's going on the inside. Our skin shows us what's going on the inside. When we have skin problems, it's usually a reflection of problems that are going on inside of the body. And we don't just want to do a topical treatment to cover it. We want to actually go to the root cause of the problem. Otherwise, it'll just keep coming back. Okay. Next question. Meal prepping. Is this a good technique to try and learn and perfect it for a longer session? 100% yes. 100% yes. You'll get your portions right. You'll make sure you have the right foods in there. Like All American Dave's food is great because his portions are balanced. And you're going to get the right amount of protein, right amount of carb, right amount of vegetable. It's a very good balance. But that's a generalized one. Your body is going to be unique to you. And based on the activities you're doing that day, you're going to require different things. If you have a high intensity exercise day, you might need more energy. If you're having a calming day, you might need more detoxing foods. So if you're doing your own meal prep, you can really customize the food or the medicine you're giving you based on the task that you're taking on. So I definitely believe in meal prep. It's something that I'm actually looking a lot more into now because I kind of did a little bit of it, but I haven't been on top of it. And that's something I know would be a big game changer for me. Especially when you're going out on these journeys for these tournaments where you don't have all your resources available. You don't want to eat the casino food. You don't want to eat what they have for you. You want to bring your own. So the more time you can spend preparing, the smoother the journey is going to be when you go. Okay. Next question. What do you do to help you sleep the night before a big tournament? Because I get so excited, it's hard for me to sleep. Alternate nostril breathing. I write in my journal, get the thoughts out of my head and onto the paper, and I remind myself that the more rest I get, the better I will perform tomorrow, and that staying awake isn't going to help me. Now, when I make a day 2 or day 3, it's hard to unwind that because obviously it's very exciting, but I try my best to just, get the perspective there, write it down, get it in place, and remember what's going to help me the most in getting the result I want is getting that rest. I'll do some body movement. I'll do some qigong to really just slow down the body, slow down the mind. Or I may listen to a binaural beat like on the Peak Performance Poker track. The second last track, Rest and Recovery, gets you into a delta wave brain state, which is the same as the deep sleep state. So it's easy to naturally transition to sleep. You can listen to tracks that put you in the sleep state, then you take the track out and you go and you're good. Yeah, I like this. Poker mindset coach who popped in said he's a certified law of attraction coach. He said the mistake most people and coaches make is that they do not realize that the most important part of the law of attraction is action. Just wishing for it does not cut it. This is very true. We begin the process by thinking about what we want and then letting these supporting ideas come to us so we can see what they are. But then we need to act on the knowledge and intuition that's been given to us so we can move towards the goal. And as we take action, new supporting thoughts come into the picture. If we don't take action, the same thoughts keep coming to us. So it's not just you wish it and you have it. It's you wish it and then you'll recognize what you need to do that maybe you didn't see before. And then you take action so that you can see what the next step is. With the law of attraction, you'll see what the next step is and you can take it, as opposed to seeing 20 steps away. But if you want to keep getting more information and more knowledge and more guidance, you have to take action to move forward and then pause, reflect, get in more knowledge, take action, move forward. And it's a process, it's a dance, you take action, then you get energized, fired up with passion, then you focus the mind to direct it, and then you acquire the wisdom that you need so that you can then take action. You complete the process. In the yogic path, it would be karma yoga is the yoga of action, bhakti yoga is the yoga of devotion, raja yoga is the yoga of the mind, and jnana yoga is the yoga of wisdom. And then you go back to karma yoga and you just repeat that process and you keep moving forward. That's, we don't just try to absorb all the info at once, but we get info when we need it and then we go apply the info. And we get more info when we need the next one. A lot of people get caught up on just, I need all the information now. No, you just need enough to take the next step. And then you can go get more information and then take the next step. It's a process and a practice. Hello, Morphe Poker. M. Jones Poker has subscribed for 25 months in a row, rocking that platinum status G-chip. Looking good, brother. 2 months till Vegas. Let's fucking go. Team Gripsed. Oh, hell yes. I'm with it. I'm with it. Okay. Poker Mindset Coach asked at what frequency you go to gamma, and there's differing opinion on it. I'm going to do a little search to confirm. It says that the range is between 25 hertz and 100 hertz, though 40 hertz is typical. So most of the binaural beats that I listen to that do gamma are around the 40 hertz range. Yeah, I don't know the exactitudes of all that. I've been practicing it I've been using it and I know it works for me. And I've been practicing for a couple of years, and Dr. Joe Dispenza taught me a little bit about it. Dr. Mark Halpern taught me about it, but I'm not a scientist. I haven't run all the numbers myself, so I go on the information that's presented to me. And I know there is a lot of research around, but they say 40 hertz is around when gamma state is activated. Bubble Bob asks, what is alcohol doing to your brain and body after one night partying until blackout? I honestly don't know the exact effects. It's not my area of expertise, but it definitely would not be good. It definitely wouldn't be optimal. It's something that can be recovered from, and if you have a good recovery process, like, you'll be okay. But generally, if you're pushing yourself to the point where your brain is shutting off, that's not going to be good for you. But I'm not a doctor, so I don't know the exact effects, and I haven't studied alcoholism or anything. Sad Child says, you seem to have found things that work well for you and at peace with yourself. Congrats. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. Okay. Shrema asks, are you coming to the World Series of Poker this year? Yes, I will be there, Steve. I haven't chose my plans yet. I'm going to Kripalu Yoga Center with my parents from May 29th to June 2nd. And then my month is open. I definitely want to be there for the main event. Maybe for some prelims. If there are people who want to do coaching in person in Vegas, that would definitely give me extra incentive to go down earlier. I feel I can offer a lot more in face-to-face, in-person coaching than I can through Skype or over the phone or whatever. And so that would definitely justify going down there. I have a really good routine, really good support group here in Toronto, so I can get a lot of positive work done here. But there's also great yoga, Tai Chi centers, and great people down in Vegas. So if there was a desire from people for me to be there in Vegas where I could be of service and I could work and apply my trade off the table, since that's what I'm most passionate about doing right now, I'd definitely come early. My month of June is absolutely free as of the 3rd. And I was told that around June 10th that I have an exciting adventure coming my way that's opening up. So maybe it's got something to do with that. What Marco Polo asks, what am I playing at WSOP? I'll definitely be playing the main event. And then beyond that, I'll look at the schedule. I'll probably want to play tournaments with good structure, good starting stack. I think I'll probably stay away from the Rio a fair bit. I might play like one Wynn tournament, one Venetian, one Aria, one Bellagio, and one Rio tournament or something. Something like that. Maybe just 3-4 tournaments. I really want to focus most of my energy towards coaching and helping my students and less of my time on playing. But, a few good structured tournaments is definitely good. When I'm feeling my sharpest, I want to play, but I don't want to play so much that I wear myself out. So I'll pick the best spots, and I haven't looked at the schedule of the other events yet, so I don't know, but I looked at the World Series schedule, and other than the main event, nothing excited me too much, so probably play a pretty light schedule. Griller Kitten asks, how do I avoid feeling groggy at times? It puts down my motivation for the grind. Well, everything we talked in the webinar earlier today covers that. Proper diet, proper movement, proper positive thinking, proper rest. Which one did I miss? Diet, movement, rest, quiet, positive thinking. Let's check the pillars. Yeah, no, I got them all. Mindset, breathing, diet, movement, rest. Doing all the things, Griller Kitten. You gotta do all the things. Yeah, maybe eat less, maybe sleep more, maybe spend less time around toxic influences, toxic people, make sure you're moving enough, don't get too hard on yourself, relax, think more positively. Am I playing the scoops? Yep, I'll be playing some of the scoops. That's going to be what's taking most of my time in May. We're going to have some sharks visiting as well, so it'll be a really great learning experience, great practicing experience. I think Tony Gregg's going to come up for a few days, so I'm very, very excited for that. It's going to be something that puts my poker game in a very sharp place going into Vegas. And like Jonathan and I were talking about the importance of tapering, how you don't just cram right before. And I learned this technique from Tony, is that I don't need to play all year. I can go to these retreats and learn these things and cultivate my body and my mindset and get myself in a good state. And then, a month before the World Series of Poker, when I know I need to play my best, then get in the company of really good poker players, then put in a lot of volume, really push myself, bring myself back up to that peak state of performance, remember my abilities, recall them to front of mind. So, I'm thinking in that poker mindset such that when I go to Vegas, I'm in the right state of mind, I'm fully confident in myself, and I'm in the flow of playing poker and playing cards, as opposed to coming from meditating for 30 days and now I have to play a poker tournament the next day. Like, it's too extreme of a transition. So really easing it in is the key, and tapering the process. So I've lined up my practice, and I've lined up who I'm going to be training with and learning from. So I think I'm going to be in a very good state of mind this year, and in a very, very good place to perform and get a high result. Okay. Next question. M. Jones says he's coming to Vegas around World Series, not play WSOP events, but small stakes tournaments around Vegas. Great idea, man. There's tons of value in the tournaments in the summer. You do not need to play the World Series. May you read my shirt? Yeah, Eric Thomas shirt. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. I don't think it says then you'll be successful, but that's what it is. My inspirator, my motivator, Eric Thomas. Goy24. This is interesting. So the thing bothering me about poker in the last 1 to 2 years is that side industries, poker itself, has become so popular in the last 5 to 6 years, but literally all break-even coaches, not talking about you, Grips, are offering private lessons. Also poker training websites. $50 for a pre-flop hand chart and some stupid stuff. Like selling the dream of becoming a poker pro is easier than grinding, it seems nowadays. A couple things around that. Someone's charging $50 for a pre-flop hand chart, that's a little expensive. But, for a couple bucks for a pre-flop hand chart, that's reasonable. Other thing about coaches, just because someone isn't crushing the game doesn't mean that they don't have the methods to do well at the game. If someone really crushed it before, they probably have good advice. It may be that when they could put in 60 hours a week playing, they were crushing, but now that they only have 20 hours a week to play because they have family and they have other jobs or other responsibilities, or their life's just transitioned a little bit, they can't get the same results because they can't put in the same volume. But that doesn't mean their knowledge, their wisdom is any less valid, especially if it's evergreen wisdom that is conceptual, that is about the game, which never changes. Whereas if it had to do with, the trends of the day and how to exploit the latest tendencies, then I would be wary. But with that, it is very important to look into the person you're thinking about working with. Do your due diligence, ask for references, ask for testimonials, and find out if the person actually has value to offer, or if they're just saying something that another coach could tell you or that a book could tell you. I wouldn't be bothered about it. People have to make a living, and if people have information to share, cool. Everyone's life experience has value. If people have made an effort to improve and learn along the way, then they have wisdom which they can share, and their experience has value. How much that value is worth depends on you as the potential client, the potential customer. And you should never pay more than you feel comfortable for something. And if you don't like someone's coaching style, just don't hire them. But you don't need to be like, oh, I can't believe that guy's charging like $150 an hour for coaching. That's so ridiculous. You should be like, okay, he's charging $150 an hour. If he's getting clients, cool. If he's not, cool. There are other guys who are charging $1,000. They're charging $200. There are guys charging $50. But if you can find someone who helps you become a better player, even if it's not someone who's crushing the game, well, they've given you value, right? You got mental game coaches who've probably never played a hand of poker in their life, but they're going to get you in a better state of mind so you get better results. So even though they don't crush the game, they don't even play the game, what they have to offer you has value. And as long as you're getting more than your money's worth, it's a good deal. Like my approach with products or coaching is to give 5 to 10 times the amount of value that I charge for it. So if you pay me $100 for a course, you're going to get at least $500 of value out of it. That's what I think of when I design the courses. If you pay me $20 for something, you're going to get $100 to $200 of value out of it as you apply it. Anything less than that, then I've made a bad product. And same with my coaching sessions. You might not get, your $200 of value the next day, but if you give it time to be applied and you wait a week or a month, the value comes back. But it does involve a little bit of application, a little bit of patience. But yeah, it depends on how people do. If they're like selling the dream, well, I think it's important to sell the reality. And marketing companies and poker stars, as you know, they're selling the dream because they want to get people excited. Like, oh, you got to do this and it's going to feel great. I think it's very important to be upfront and honest with people and answer their questions truthfully 100%. And, I talk about the dream of poker because I had a dream, and now, living the dream, getting closer and closer every day to living the dream. The sun's going to be strong. But I also openly talk about the reality of poker. And I won't sell you the dream without having you be aware of the reality. Because I don't want anyone to get involved in something that isn't what they thought it was and invest time or energy into something that's not going to give them the result that they actually wanted because they thought they were getting something else. Whereas the businesses that are out there, they will just sell the dream without the reality because they just want to get you in so that you'll then give your energy to them. And that's why I feel it's important for people like me, and I know there are other people out there too, who will openly speak about the reality of the game. And yeah, you can make a lot of money, you can have a lot of fun, you can meet a lot of amazing people, you can have a lot of life experiences that would be completely transformative. But is it easy? No. You just snap your fingers and you get it? No, this is hard work. It takes hard work and dedication. But if you have the passion for the game, you're willing to put in the hard work and dedication, well, it's worth it. I was talking to a friend last night about the importance of being driven by passion. If you're passionate about something, do it. You'll have an abundance of energy. Once the passion goes, pay attention to where that passion is flowed and go there. For me, for a long time, my passion was purely poker. Now it's been shifting towards, full realization of the self, health, wellness, helping others. I still play some poker here and there, but now it's like I put in the amount of volume towards healing and empowering others that I used to put towards poker, and I put the amount of focus on poker that I used to put towards, playing video games, where it's still an element of my life, but it's not the main focus, and that's because the passion is now stronger in another area, and it's so much easier to work where the passion is than to try to continue with something that doesn't have the same level of passion. I hope that answers your question and addresses your statement. Goy goy. Marco Polo asked about coaching in Vegas. I just sent an email to evan@grips.com if you're interested in working with me. There's a form that we can to fill out, but you can just contact me directly, evan@grips.com, EVAN@GRIPSED, and happy to get the conversation going. Bubble Bob asked, will poker ever die? No. The game will always be there. You might not have as much money flowing through it, but pretty sure human beings are always going to like gambling, and human beings are always going to like games of chance, and it may not be booming like it was before, but I think it's always going to be there. Is my hair growing back? I think it is a little bit. I have to do more massage and more acupuncture and more nutritional stuff and chill out and stress less, but I think it's actually starting to come back for sure. What are toxic people? People who focus on negative thoughts instead of positive thoughts. Usually if you feel worse after spending time with people, they're toxic people for you. They might not be toxic for each other. And if you feel better after hanging out with someone, then that's the kind of person you want to spend time with. Do I recommend working out before or after the grind? Depends. If you have a long gap in between your session, work out before and have a nap. If you're going to hop right on the table, then a light workout, because you want to have as much energy as possible for your session. If you can do a light workout that gets things flowing in you, good, then go, but don't push yourself to the limit. I think that if you want to push yourself to the limit, working out after the grind can be good, because you're either going to be very high off winning, gambling high, or you're going to be very frustrated off losing, so you'll have that that emotional energy that you can just channel into your workout and pump it out. So I think a light warm up before you play and a strong workout after you play is probably optimal if you're playing like every day. But it's going to depend on the person. That's what I would do if I was trying to play every day. Yeah. Hey, when's the next time you're going to be stacked in a Falls View tourney? Probably next year. Next time they have it. X is sticks grips. Even though you have a much smaller community now, and you know you might have pushed it, I very much respect the content you're putting out there. I feel you, bro. You on the right life track. Don't box yourself too much, though. You're allowed to break out and step out of your comfort zone. It can sometimes be more GTO than following a schedule too strictly. Keep rocking. So agree. So agree. And that's why I spent the last month in Bahamas and I extended my trip. And why I'm like really strongly considering doing some more travel and meeting new mentors and learning new modalities, because I feel there's an opportunity to grow and learn more, and then in having that, then I can offer more to people when I come back. So I followed the schedule for a long time because that's the way to hit goals. And then once you hit the goal, you're like, okay, now what's the reward? Make another schedule? No. Go with the flow. Free yourself up. And yeah, I might have pushed it. Yeah, we went hard with methods to try to bring in as many new viewers as possible, and some of them weren't well accepted, and we brought in some toxic people as a result. And yeah, we don't talk about the stuff that everyone else talks about. We don't necessarily talk about what's popular, but we talk about the stuff that actually gets results. And doing this, I feel that long term I can feel good about what I'm doing. Whereas if I was just trying to get as many viewers as possible through whatever means possible and just try to do what, was popular, what people wanted to see, I might get more viewers, but my soul would ache, my heart would hurt. I wouldn't feel like I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. And I've really realized that quality is so much more important than quantity. Quality of people watching is so much more important than the quantity of people watching. And since we're really trying to build a family of like-minded individuals who want to get similar results, the best way that can be achieved is that if I'm going to play the role of leader, I am as high in integrity as possible, as honest and open about everything as possible, and people who have similar values will be attracted. If I project fake values, I'm going to attract people who are attracted to those values, which aren't the ones that I want to have around. So yeah, thanks for the positive feedback, man, and the reinforcement. Mary Uslu, wow, you changed. Are you on meth? No. No. I am on good vibes, good oxygen, good food, good friends, good feelings, good meditation, good moments, goodness. Yeah. You don't need drugs to feel good. Drugs are the shortcut to feeling good. And shortcuts usually come with side effects. I am on the path that doesn't take side effects, but takes a little bit longer to feel good. But it's worth it because it's a feeling that can be sustained and retained. It's not like, oh, I take my drugs and I get here and then I crash when the drug runs out. I need this to get feeling again. It's like, no, it's just a steady state of increasing love and appreciation. Hey Daryl, nice to see you, brother. I remember ya. As part of Team Grips, recently had second thoughts about me leaving the team. Can you please consider taking me back? I am sorry to have left you. Thank you. Excited about a bright future together. You're always welcome back, Daryl. Everyone's always welcome back. And I understand why you left. There's a lot of negative press around me. There was a lot of what I consider to be overreactions about the events that happened. And it's all good. You know, when there's a fire blazing, it looks like a bad fire. You don't want to be close to it. You think you might get burned. So you're like, let me get away from this. It's not safe to be there right now. And, you know, there was all this talk and all this noise. Like, even Greggy was like, I think you might need to take me off the website. Like, it doesn't seem good to be associated with you right now. Because that's what the media was saying. Be like, oh, man, he's a bad guy. He's a scammer. And it's like, it was so an overreaction, so not a accurate depiction of what actually happened. But I understand. That's what the talk was. People believe what they hear. And when everyone's like, he's bad, stay away, people are like, okay, maybe I'll stay away. And, you know, I don't know. I probably would have done the same thing in your position. I get it. It's scary. You don't want to be associated with the bad guy. And, yeah, a bunch of people bailed on me, but it was okay. Because it forced me to take a look back and be like, okay, you know, maybe my ego did get a little out of whack there. Maybe I did a couple things that I shouldn't have done. You know? Did the punishment fit the crime? I didn't think so, but hey, I need to take a step back and look and reflect on like what I'm really doing, what I'm really projecting, what I'm really saying. And I was at a point where I wasn't living fully with integrity. I wasn't doing everything that I was talking about. And, you know, people could spot that and they don't like to hear that. So it forced me to step away. It forced me to reflect. It forced me to reset. And it was actually very good that all that stuff happened. And just as I needed time to process it and recover from it and understand it, everyone who was involved with it or who's been associated with Grips in any way is going to have to do the same thing. We have to think, okay, do I really like that guy? Do I believe in that guy? Do I want to learn from that guy? Do I want to follow that guy at all? And people got to decide for themselves. And that's like totally cool, because I wouldn't want to follow or learn from someone that I didn't believe in or that I thought was dishonest. And that's what was being said. You know, the choice of words people used painted me out to be really bad, and it's just like it wasn't an accurate depiction of the truth of the situation, you know? You know, one yeah. I look at it as like the equivalent of like advertising, basically. You're trying to show up on people's feeds so people will see more of you. Is the advertiser a scammer? No. But do people hate people who pop up in their ad feed because they don't want to see them? Yeah. So I get it. I understood. And it's all good. Everyone's always welcome back on the team. And I recognize when I watch some of the videos too, I'm like, I'm not being as authentic as I used to be, and some of my intentions don't seem as pure as they used to be. So I had to take the time to purify myself and fix that. And, you know, things will be different than they were then. Yeah, I was getting great results then, but I was under crazy stress. And that's why I did things that I did, was because I was under crazy stress and I was in survival mode. And that's why these 5 pillars of peak performance poker are so important, because they help you to manage your stress and keep things in perspective and not have you give in to the thing that like is tempting. And it's like the easy way out, and it's not the thing to do. It's just like sit with the pain, learn the lesson from the pain, process the pain so you can move forward from the pain. Pain is a teacher. Discomfort is a teacher. Good events in your life, bad events in your life, they are teachers. They are learning opportunities. And yeah, I'm just grateful that I had the opportunity to really learn from everything I was doing and reflect on everything I was doing, because I wasn't doing all the right things in 2016 or 2015, you know? And I'm okay with that, because I'm only human, you know? We're all learning. We're all going through our process. We're never going to be perfect. We're never going to be making all the best decisions. But the best thing we can do is try to make fewer bad decisions each day and try to make more good decisions each day. You know, go to bed a little bit wiser and a little bit less ignorant each night. And eventually you'll be in a really good space, but you don't need to do all the right things. You don't need to drop all your bad habits at once. Like, go through the process. Enjoy the process. It's a slow and steady one. There's no rush. There's no need to rush. Okay. How do I join Team Gripst? Gripst.com. Sign up there. Our membership program is going to be upgrading a lot. I think we're launching next month, but I'm not in charge of that. Other people are in charge of that, so they call the shots. I just make the content. But I think in May we have a new platform coming. HBZ for life. Do I think my site has better content than Upswing Poker? No, I think they're very similar. Doug and Ryan are more focused on game theory, optimal stuff. They're both extremely talented players. I mean, they have better results than I do. So I got to give them credit. And their system is very good. I've gone through their material. I think it's very, very good. Very, very comprehensive. I focus a little bit more on the mental game than they do. And the new content that I'm working on is going to be similar in terms of, the game theoretical approach and really breaking that down and breaking down the mathematics of poker. So there will be very similar stuff to the lab on the next version of grips.com when it goes live, and I'm going to keep making content for it as it goes. But I focus on areas that they don't focus on. I don't believe Ryan and Doug, are yoga teachers, people who focus on anatomy, learning about the different bodies, applying meditation, law of attraction, things like that, proper rest. I think they're very much about achievement and results, which is great. You want achievement and results, go to them. But I think that our teachings support each other. I think that, it's two sides of the same coin that can both help very much. If your focus was on learning game theory optimal poker and you only had enough money for membership at one site, I would recommend to go with them. 100%. If you want the complete system, the holistic system, if you want to listen to someone who is not just going to talk about what to do, but also what not to do, not just talk about the highs and the dreams of poker, but also talk about the lows and the realities of poker, and also talk about a lot of strategies that aren't just mathematical, how to really use your emotions and your intuition to go beyond the world of GTO, then, Grips is a great place to be. And when we look at students who apply stuff like that, like Charlie Carroll, Ben Heath, Anthony Gregg, Greg Merson, Ali Msirovic, you see that there is more to this game than just the mathematics. So, do I think Grips has better content than Upswing Poker? No. I think we both have extremely good content, and they're slightly different. Bhagwan's out. Peace out, Bog. Waheguru Jio. Check you soon, man. Skype soon. Can I teach the hand signals, the mudras? Later. I'll do that later. I can't do that in this presentation. That's a whole thing. That's the whole thing. What do I think about Doug? I think he's a great player and an extremely hard worker. Very focused, very dedicated. I think he's extremely intelligent. Knows exactly what he's doing. Researches stuff before he jumps in. Very well calculated. He's a smart dude. Very smart dude. One more question. Unlimited source about poker nowadays. Edges are getting smaller. What do I think about poker in the next 5 years? I think poker is going to be poker in the next 5 years. And those who work the hardest will get the results. And those who don't work hard will fall behind. How much money a pro player makes playing poker? Depends. Grips, I'm finding your message today strong and empowering towards my grind. You look a bit more ruffled and messy today. Is that part of your overall natural new attitude? No. No, I just got back from my trip yesterday. So I'm adjusting to a new lifestyle. Down there, everything's taken care of. Your meals are taken care of. Yoga's at the same time every day. Spiritual gatherings the same time every day. Singing's together every day. It's a very pure environment, blue water, palm trees, fresh air, nice beach, nice people. So I'm adjusting back to the city. And in my first day back, I didn't eat as clean as I was eating back there. So this flared up as a result. Also, I haven't had time to clean my apartment because I was preparing for this presentation. So I gotta clean it up a little bit. And Also just need some rest. I think if you see me for the next webinar on the 25th, I'll definitely be looking much more fresh once I've had time to integrate back into the city and integrate into the lifestyle here. But it's just, I came just from a quick transition. You know, I haven't shaved yet or anything because I didn't think I was going to be on camera today. Nah, give me a week. This is gonna. I'm doing a diet program over the next 2 weeks to fix the digestion here. That should get this to go down. I got to do some things in my apartment too. The air just isn't as fresh in here. The air in the city's kind of toxic. Like, it's environment stuff. But no, my attitude is not one of, you know, sloth and messiness and stuff. Cleanliness, extremely important. In fact, I have more appreciation for cleanliness than I did before. So I'm not one of those hippies who's going to try to like grow dreadlocks and never shower and all that. No, I appreciate the importance of both living in a clean fashion as well as eating clean. Washy Board says, "Hi Evan, I think you are looking very natural and free today. Is there any freedom of to you? I'm glad you haven't dwelled on the negatives of your past situations. People were overreacting because you are getting popular." Thank you for the clarity. What is a gripst? Gripst is that. Take your hand and then do a grabbing motion and just gripst. You gripst the chips, you gripst the stack, you gripst it. That's what a gripst is. Zach, sir, crazy how much we're on the same path. I've been studying the 5 pillars, working out, eating super healthy, feeling the same as poker, not being my main passion, but something I still play. Yeah. Sometimes it's your passion, sometimes it's your pastime. It's all good. Oh shit, I trained Ben Heath. I helped with Ben Heath. Ben Heath has also been training with BITB Staking, Best in the Business, with Patrick Leonard and Fedor Holtz. He's also done a lot of work with Charlie Carroll. He's also worked with Run It Once. Grip's videos were some of the first videos he watched, if I'm not mistaken, and he met Charlie Carroll in our first study group. But I definitely could not take anywhere near full credit for training of Ben, because Ben took the lesson of, you know, find multiple mentors, take the source of information you can. So he went Run It Once, BITB, Charlie Carroll, 2015 summer he stayed in a house that I invited him and Charlie to with Tony Gregg, Greg Merson, Randy Liu, Taylor Von Kriegenberg, Scott Ball. I feel like there was one other guy in there. Maybe it was me. And he hit it off really well with those guys. And him and Charlie did great with networking and just meeting all the players on the tour. They really took their education into their own hands. Yeah. Jaku Zach says, "I've always been a fan of your content, Evan. For the past 2 years, I have seen some very valuable stuff that has helped my game immensely. I am a major fan of the spiritual and mentally balanced approach to the game, and I would love to help the New Grips website any way I can. Just let me know. Otherwise, I'll definitely be a customer. Keep it up, brah. Where did you go on a trip to? Sounds enlightening." I went to the Shivananda Ashram in the Bahamas on Paradise Island. Yeah, if you're interested in helping with the site, send an email to evan@grips.com with what specifically your skills are or whatever, and we can see how you could help. I'd love to have you helping on the project if it makes sense in some way, but just let me know specifically, and then I could talk to the staff who manage it, because I don't know anything about websites, and they'll see if we can fit it in. I studied PLO? No. I went through 3 months of studying PLO when I lived with Greggy, and then I decided I didn't want to do that. I studied a little PLO 8 and played PLO 8, and I enjoyed that. But then when I was learning these other games, I realized I wanted to learn more about life, the game of life, than another game of poker. And maybe after I do enough study in life, then I'll go back and learn some other games. But for now, my focus is really on life and self-realization, peak performance, and spiritual development, and all that good stuff. Okay. What diet? I'm not gonna do a diet. I mean, I learned about the yogic diet. Oh, the program? It's a 2-week program from Colorado Cleanse. It's just for getting healthy digestive bacteria in the digestive tract. So it involves eating khichdi and a lot of herbs and cooking with spices and stuff. It's just a 2-week thing to reset the system, and then I'm just gonna go on the eat what makes me feel good diet. Real foods, cooked foods, probably raw foods like 1 day a week. Maybe meat on the weekends, not every day. A lot of water, a lot of smoothies, a lot of herbs, but it's not like a specific type of diet. I find that most of the diets are fads come through. I'm going to eat what makes my body feel good. Is Carroll still a part of Team Grips? Of course he is. Charlie Carroll's the man. Okay. So I will take like 1 to 3 more questions, and then we're gonna wrap because I have a dinner to go to. And we've done about we did a 90-minute webinar and we did like 2 hours of questions, but this is great because I really want to answer as much as I can here. And I want to remind everybody that on Tuesday, April 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to be going through the premium webinar, How I Made the Dream Come True, reviewing the Falls View tournament, every key hand that I played, all the mental tactics I used, my pre-game, my during game, my post-game routine. I'm going to include all those things in that presentation. It's going to be a 4-hour presentation. And that's happening on the 25th. If you want to pre-register, I think, let me see if I can add a text. Just going to put a link on the screen for anyone who wants to register for that. So, yeah, there. And for that, we will be, edit scene? We'll be diving deeper into how I apply the things specifically. The hands I played and a bunch of other weird, out there, esoteric techniques that seem weird, but they work. So you can potentially apply them too. There we go. Maybe I should do that in green. Yeah, I'll do that in green. Green will stand out more. That's the link. I don't know if the page is live yet, because Jonathan said he just made it today. Let's check. Let's check if it works. And for that, I'm also going to have longer Q&A. So we'll do 4 more. Yeah, so the page is there. I'll just show you guys really quick. There it is. It's a 4-hour presentation where I'm talking about how I applied the pillars to have a life-changing score, including every single detail. You're going to get to live the full experience vicariously through this presentation. It is happening on April 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Should be 4 hours, but with the way I like to talk and answer questions, it might end up being 6. The good news is, even if you can't stay up that late, everyone who purchases this presentation will get a recording of the presentation after. So even if you can't make it for that day, you will still get a copy after. The price for the webinar for that presentation will be $97, but apparently, according to this page, for the next 33 hours and 34 minutes, you can get it for $67. I didn't know that they had early bird pricing, but apparently they do. Nice of Jonathan to offer that, was it 30% discount or so? Okay. So let's go through the last few questions so that we can rock and roll. Do I think Charlie charges way more than he should for coaching? No, not at all. Charlie's time is extremely valuable. Why should he sell himself short? Thank you so much for all the time. It was awesome. You are most welcome, TRC Alohan, and thank you to everyone who stayed for the entirety of this Q&A session. It's been really good. The email address, for those who were curious about the email address, is evan@gripsed. So that's my name, Evan, at my website, gripsed.com. And everyone who signed up at the site will probably be getting an email about the early bird registration. And I don't know if they might do some bonuses in there. What do we got? We got 4-hour webinar, going to review the biggest hands I played on the way to my biggest score, walk you through the key decisions, reveal how I stayed in a winning state of mind, maximizing every break, pregame and postgame for 3 days. Jay Little's going to be there offering his insights. You guys will be able to ask your questions in real time like we did today, and you'll also get full recording of the event after. So if you want more info on this, just go to hold'embook.com/Fallsview. Oh, and even look at that. If you're not completely satisfied with your purchase for any reason, simply let them know via email and you will get a refund within 30 days. A full refund. So, I mean, I guess it's a free roll to check out the webinar on April 25th. Okay. I've got some people talking about food. That's great. Have I looked into veganism? I've been vegan almost a year now. It's great. I'll look into it. We'll see. I don't know. I'll definitely look into it and see if it fits well with my body or not. I do feel like my body does well with a little bit of meat, but I'm open to whatever. And when Negreanu handpicked Kev Job and Jay Staples as P-Stars patch pros, Evan, he should have thrown you in the mix. Thanks, John Paul the Great. There's always the future, and, well, whatever. It's okay. I don't mind keeping a low profile and being able to just fly under my own flag and not have to march to the beat of someone else's own drum. Okay. And, okay. So I think with that, we're going to wrap up the presentation. The sun is really bright on me, but I do want to go full screen just to wrap it up. That sun, though. Oh, man. Maybe if I turn this camera. There we go. It's a little better. Okay. See my messy apartment? I haven't had time to unpack yet. Whatever. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in for this webinar and everyone who popped in for the Q&A session. I saw a lot of new names, a lot of new faces. Really appreciate you guys being here and spending your afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it is with me. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to share my wisdom and my teachings with you. Hope that it will make a difference in your game and in your life and have a positive impact, and that your life experience will be better off as a result of having shared this time with me and each other and invested this time in yourself. So if you'd like to join me on the 25th for my more in-depth webinar where we really get into the poker strategy, the specifics, how to play certain hands, mathematics, and some really fun stuff, check out here, hold'embook.com/Fallsview to register. And if I can leave you with some parting words, just like, once you know where you want to go and what you want to do, The most important thing is to tune out the outside world, tune into the inside world. Receive the guidance from within. Let your intuition, some would call it your higher self, speak to you in whatever language it does. You may get thoughts, you may get words, you may get sounds, you may get feelings. But you will understand what it's trying to tell you. And if you listen to it, when you listen to it, and take action, it will continue to direct you towards where you want to go. Always sending you in the right direction. And even if something seems like it was the wrong direction because it was a challenging experience, there was a lesson to be gained there that's going to pay off later when you're in a more meaningful situation and you actually know how to handle it as a result of going through a tough moment. And so understanding that, most important thing you can do once you receive the guidance from within is to take action so you can move forward. Because I know you want to get far, but you can't get far if you don't get started. And remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So I invite you after this presentation to remember what you desire, remember what you seek, and to tune into your intuition tonight or tomorrow morning. And try to identify what that next step is. And see what happens if you take it. See what happens. Worst case, what do you lose? An hour? And the possibilities are very good. From my light and heart to yours, namaste, my friends. I look forward to April 25th when I will see you again. Until then, you know what to do. Take what you learned, go out there, and get stacking.